Hello, please. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome. Game dev time. Yay. Get set up here. Hello. Hello, please. Yes. Oh, you can turn off reactions now. I didn't know that. Moderation activity. Oh. New options I didn't notice before. I don't know if that's just because I'm blind or if they added them. If they added them anew. Things are happening. Things are happening. Okay, we look good to go there and over there. Twitch, you look good. Okay, cool. Let me get set up over here. Okay, I think we're good to go. So, yesterday, I rewrote the attribute calculation stuff. And I gave that a little testy. I wasn't able to test it on stream yesterday. I had to go, but did give that a little testy test. Calculation-wise, working the same as before, I think. Haven't actually gotten the change listeners to work yet. So haven't tried it out. I decided that I'm gonna rewrite the data table row handle effect handle things into their own class first. Which I've coined the entity effect handle. Now, I guess I started thinking that in Gasland, in regular Gas, in Unreal Engine gameplay ability system, a handle is like an ID. Like if you're talking about an effect handle, it's basically just an identifier. And then a spec is like the actual instance of the active effect. And then the gameplay effect, like UObject itself, is like the CDO, basically, just used for, I suppose, replication and prediction. So, handle maybe not the best name here. So maybe I should call it like entity effect def, like a definition. And then spec, does spec make sense? I don't know if spec makes sense. F effect spec. I do think I want to rename entity effect handle. Let's rename this. I think def makes sense. Hello, welcome in. Entity effect def. Yeah, this is the definition of an entity. Effect, of an effect. So yeah, I do like that. I don't think I need to redirect. I haven't created any blueprints yet. Entity effect def 6. Yeah, that is a good number. That is a good number. Welcome in, guys. Doing some game dev today. Still working on rewriting Gas. Unreal Engine Gas. Gameplay ability system is what that stands for. I'm a gassy boy, what can I say? The effect spec should now no longer be a table row base. We're going to keep that in there though, just so that my data tables don't shit themselves. So this is the spec though. I think this is, let's rename this to entity effect spec. Or just effect spec. Should it be U effect def as well? I'd like to keep them consistent. I would like to keep them consistent. Okay, I think that's good. And so wait, what is a spec now though? A spec is like effect handle. Yeah, rename this to effect def across the board. Did I already change it here? I did effect class. Should I then rename this to entity effect class? I don't know. I like effect def. It just so happens to be a class. I'm gonna keep moving ahead with effect def. IGS Ghost, welcome in, my dude. How goes it? But where will F? Yeah, that is a good question. Where will F go? Where will F go? Yeah, that's you know, many philosophers, the great philosophers of our time, have pondered the question: where will F go? And will F be used to pay respects? These questions may never have answers. Okay, let's find out where all of this is breaking. Yeah, so context data. Do I need, on context data, let me look at the, where's effect context? Where did that go? There it is. Do I need the source ability or the effect def and stuff there? Maybe this should have the effect spec on it. I don't know. So we have effects. Let me get all these like lined up here. We have effect def, effect spec. We also have context data. We also have context data. Oh, I never did my wrong button. Sorry. I never did my follow mouse turn on thing. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Good, getting ready to stream today. Took a break and made a game for my Twitch chat to play. Oh, nice. Well, have a good stream. That sounds cool. Is it a hunting game as well? Yeah, so let me get these lined up. So I have effect definition. This is what's going to be in the editor. And then that gets turned into an effect spec. Now, I do need to know where the spec came from. So maybe let's go there first. Because that's like the, I need to know what type the effect is. I think I need to know what type the effect is. And I think the only like generic effect I have is like for cooldowns. So everything else should have a class for it. And I suppose I was going here, where we like create the effect spec from a handle. My bro is a hacker, your brother is? That's pretty cool. I just chose comp sci in UG. What all should I do? Sounds like you should do comp sci if that's what you want to do, my dude. Don't be scared of AI. It won't hurt you. I'm still out here raw dogging this code, you know what I'm saying? So you'll be all right. If you find you have an alacrity for it, you'll be good. It actually is. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, where's my fucking macro? There we go. When you do exclamation mark hunt, it picks a random location and gives you random animal for that location and a score for the animal. Simple JavaScript thing. Sounds fun though. Yeah, I've thought about some chat games as well. But I can't pull myself away from my game. I can't even make a damn video. All I can do is go live and work on my game here. Which, by the way, welcome in everyone. Anyways, effect defs and specs and stuff. I am late. We're just starting. You're not late. You're just in time. What are you doing? I'm making a game, a video game in Unreal Engine. It's going to be an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural, destructible terrain and AI-generated quests. And the world is very large, open world with procedural terrain, very, very large. I want to run the entire world, right? So I want you to be able to make a colony, mini colonies. I want you to be able to interact with other like NPC ran colonies. And I want all of those to be running at all times. So the world is like alive. That requires a lot of very performance intensive things, a lot of technical challenges, especially when paired with procedural terrain. And I wrote my own ECS to do so. An ECS is an entity component system. It's a kind of data-driven architecture that you can use to very efficiently run like thousands and thousands of NPCs, entities, stuff like that, and based on like CPU cache locality. And so that being said, Unreal Engine has a built-in ability system called gameplay ability system. It's very nice, kind of heavy-handed, but it does a lot and it's pretty powerful. but it's not very performant when times by 1,000, right? I don't think it was ever intended to be that performant either. Every gameplay effect execution I was saying in profiling was taking about 100 microseconds, which is, you know, a very short amount of time. But when you multiply that by 1,000, you know, that's a considerable amount of time on the game thread. And that was another drawback of it, is that it all needed to happen on the game thread. So I'm rewriting the gameplay ability system, the built-in Unreal Engine framework, into my ECS that I've written to make it very, very performant. And so I'm just working on replacing all of that functionality and getting all of that working. So that's what we're doing today. Raw dogging it in CPP. Oh yeah. Welcome in. Kaneki. Skywalker. Oh shit. We got a Skywalker. Are you pre or post, Luke? As a Unity dev, this looks scary. Unreal Engine C++ isn't that scary. It's not too bad. Well, I think it's a lot easier than regular C++, I'll say that. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with effect specs and definitions. I just changed, I used to have all my, and I don't have the editor running right now. It's borking. It's borked. Maybe let's just move forward with effect def on here, since that's what I have working. Effect def. This is a class, right? Can I get name on the class? I can. Okay, so we'll just do that. Thank you for the follow, my dude. Get name. Okay, where else? You know what? Let's do this. Never mind. What are we doing here? Applied effects. We are in placing an active effect set. Yeah, so this will need to be T subclass of U gameplay effect. No, just U entity effect def. There we go. Can I forward declare that? I don't know if we can forward declare that there or not. Const. Wait, what? Const ref. Oh, because it needs to be a T subclass of. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. Find owned effects by type. That needs to change as well. God, this signature is kind of long. It's the only downside here. Is that it's incomplete? Yeah, I kind of figured we would need to at some point. So get rid of the forward declaration there. Okay, show me where else it hurts. Oh, it's all in here. All in here. Life effect target, what do we got? Oh, we need the, all these need to change to, all of this needs to change, yeah. T subclass of U effect, U entity, effect def, there we go. Yeah, so many things need to change now. So many things need to change. Okay, yeah, same thing. God, those signatures are so long now. Okay, now that resolves, I think. On effect event, probably actually doesn't. Effect ID, call that effect. Def. So that should resolve. Cast ability, you're broken as well. You go to school for programming, or are you self-taught? Mostly, I went to college for a couple short years, but dropped out because I was teaching myself better than my teachers could. So at that point, you know, what am I paying for? What am I paying you people for? Oh yeah, all these need to change. All of these need to change. Entity effect def, there we go. Now I'll need to go through, there's probably several other places I need to do this at here. Leveling curve, attributes, all of these. Whoops. There we go. The new character, yeah, so those need to change as well. God, I'm gonna need to replace all of those. All of those. Okay, show me where else. It's still trying to build, that's funny. Are you working somewhere or just developing this game nonstop? Well, neither. Well, actually, I do work somewhere. I have a job. So that one. Okay, great, thank you. Thank you for the sub, welcome in. But I do not work in the game dev industry. You, entity effect def. Effect ID, yeah, that'll need to change. Should have done this sooner. I knew it. What are you? Const? Yeah, that could be, that's fine. Where are you used at? Oh yeah, you're not used at all. You are a temporary thing. Okay, ability utils. Python good to use to learn, or should I just basically read C++ books? Yeah, I mean, Python's fine. I mean, any language is fine to learn. It kind of just depends on what you want to do. Why are you learning programming? What are your goals? Are you just trying to get a programming job? Are you trying to do web development? Are you trying to do game development? What are you trying to do with it? If you answer that question, you can find the best language for that thing that you're trying to do, and then that's probably what you should learn. But Python's a fine language to learn. A lot of people pick Python as their first language. I don't think many people pick C++ as their first language. Certainly was not my first. Not in game industry. Surprised after you explained the whole thing like a team lead. What's your main field? I'm a software engineer, so I've been at it for a minute. Get name. What are you doing? There you go. Oh, it was a pointer. Duh. Apply effect handle to target. Yeah, so you'll need to change as well. Subclass of view entity effect def. Effect entity def. Yeah, update that. Boo. We can probably fit that. No, we can't. Not in one line. Entity effect row handle. Same situation here. Boom. Effect def, effect entity. So we need to do the F entity, effect spec, effect spec dot entity data equals. Yeah, that. Good. Okay. Context data. Effect def dot entity effect def. There we go. Effect. Oh, we already have an effect spec. Okay, perfect. Let's rename that to effect spec to be a little bit more clear. Eggs, bacon, grits, sausage. My dude is excited to be awake. All caps. Yeah, program job. Yeah, well, if you're trying to learn programming to get a job, I would encourage you to look for jobs. Look for job descriptions. See what language, find some that you think would be interesting to you. Ones that you would want to get, you would want to have, and find out what languages they require. I basically read C++ books. Yeah, I'm not a big book guy when it comes to programming. Not a big book guy. A big Google searcher. You know, that's the ye olde AI. Was just Google searching. Ye olde AI was just other people on the other side of Stack Overflow. A lot of you youngins don't know that. They're like, what is Stack Overflow? I've had people come in and be like, how do you write code without AI? This is blowing my mind. I'm like, dude, this is... And it's funny because, like, when I was coming up, I listened to, like, a talk by Steve Wozniak, who was, like, the first Apple engineer. Like, he was the one that started the company with... He's the one who actually did the fucking work. He's the reason Apple is what it is today. Not Steve Jobs. Woz was the reason. But he was giving a talk at UC Berkeley about how he would, like... When he was in high school, he would go dumpster diving in IBM's dumpsters behind the IBM building, and he would find manuals that he would read through, and that's how he learned how to program. And I'm like, bro, that blows my mind. You know, some of you youngins might have your mind blown because someone's writing code without AI, but like that's fucking easy compared to dumpster diving for fucking manuals of old IBM machines. And that was back in like the fucking, you know, every architecture was super different days, where it's like you really have to depend. Every machine's different and has a different way of programming it and stuff. So that was nuts to me. Wait for entity effect execute. What am I doing here? One unresolved externals. Well, yeah, that needs to be, first of all, a T subclass of U entity effect def. Well, why is it an unresolved external? Oh, because I didn't implement it? Yeah, that would be why, yeah. What is does F9 rebuild? I didn't know that. Wait for entity effect to execute. Yeah, we need that. We need that for sure. For surezies, as they say. I believe it was Aristotle who first said, for surezies. Everyone was like, ah, yes, of course, for surezies. Let's return that attribute. Wait for attribute change. So this is why we're here. This is the whole reason I'm here. Not that one. Where's my... This one. I gotta learn from scratch. Any guide? I don't have any guide or tutorials or anything. There's no one answer to that question. Really depends on what you want to learn, how best you learn, what are your goals, why are you learning what you're learning, what are you trying to learn. You know, you answer all those questions, I think you've got what you need already, and you don't need me to tell you where to go. And I would encourage you. You know, Google is going to have a lot better resources than anything I would be able to give you right now. So there's a wealth of knowledge out there. If you're a course or tutorial person, tons of those out there. Myself personally, I like to have a project to actually apply knowledge to. You know, following tutorials or courses, you know, as soon as I'm done, if I don't do anything with it, it just falls out of my brain. So it's not how best I learn. Okay, so I need to do some other things with this class. We did compile, and we are building. Where is there it is. We can show I'll show the game here for a second, but I need to do some more work in here. In the trenches. Okay, come on, let's boot up now. My wife's father is at Micron. He was at IBM for 20 years. Since 18, he basically did what Woz did, and he just got good. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. That's a member of the old guard. You know what I mean? Those are the giants whose shoulders we stand on. Now he's in specified micro machine writing. Yeah, I'm sure he commands a pretty hefty salary. Oh my god, I borked the data table. Oh no. Because I renamed it? Okay. We need to rebuild. We may need to rebuild that. Rip. Okay. Well, I can still show the game. So here is the world. This is my procedure. Oh god, everything's fucking broken. Okay. My character probably is not going to work. But there's the procedural terrain generation happening. This is just like one random seed. Every time you create a world, it'll be different. Every time you start a new game, right, it'll be a different world. Yeah. My character did not want to do nothing. So yeah, that's gonna crash every time. Well, hang on, before I rebuild, let's do this. Go back to, maybe I can fix this real quick. Let's go back to effect spec. And it was just F effect spec. So now let me do the rename. I don't know if I did a redirect, a core redirect here. So let me try to F entity effect spec. Yeah, add the core redirect this time. Next. Is that going to break everything? Okay, now rebuild. Hopefully that... Wait, you're supposed to rebuild. Okay, yeah, okay, it did. Okay, is the data table fixed now? Hurrah, we did it. Okay, core redirects. Yeah, don't forget those if you've got some types in blueprints. You need those. Okay, so I think all of this is going to be broken. Yeah, all of this is going to be broken. I should probably just get rid of... God, these look so much cleaner now, though, already. So I need to recreate all of my data table effects into gameplay effect assets. Let's close tabs to the right. The ability system effects. Yeah, I need to like create a bunch of these. Probably not much, but I want to make text game. Well, thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But I want to make text game. That sounds fun. Go for it. Like a command line game. I need to recreate basically all of these into their own effects. I would like to rename all of these suffixed with old. Is there an easy way for me to do that? Batch rename. There we go. Add suffix underscore old. Wow. Okay. Finally, something that exactly what I needed was built into Unreal Engine. Oh, were you asking for how to make a text game? Like you wanted advice? I mean, again, as with, you know, everyone coming in here asking, how do I learn or how do I do X? Like, sounds like you know what you want to do, so you got that part down, which is always my first question. But then you need to find what can do that. And so if you were to go to Google and type in how to make text game, there would probably be several examples for you. Learn how to code a C# text-based adventure game. Learn how to code a Python text-based adventure game. How to build a text-based game. I mean, there are Python text-based adventure game tutorial, you know, tons. Building a like there are tons of resources here. And so, yeah, Python is a language a lot of people choose at first. You might think about the future of what you want to do with programming. Like if you want to do, you know, more game development, C# is used for Unity. Python can translate to something like Godot probably pretty easily. I mean, you can do something like this in any language. So you just got to figure out, what language do I want to use? Intro to Python, text-based adventure. So yeah, there are tons of resources here for you. You know, click one and start going. What do you mean by effect? Their name or image or what they actually do in text? When I'm talking about gameplay effect, I'm talking about these are like ability effects as like a part of like how they work in like the gameplay ability system in Unreal Engine. So it could be anything, but usually effects modify attributes or apply gameplay tags in a technical sense. But what that means in a gameplay sense is that an effect could be a damage over time ability that deals damage every period, every certain, you know, number of seconds. It could be an effect that calculates max health based on how much stamina you have. It could be an effect that simply just instantly applies some mana regen, right? It could be, they could be effects that just apply a set of gameplay tags that force other effects to not be able to be applied and stuff like that. So they're really just like pieces of gameplay logic for abilities, really. So that's what I mean by effect. I think I know where to start. Hell yeah. Good luck and have fun. Remember to have fun. I appreciate your tips. Thank you very much for the support. Okay, so we have all these old gameplay effects, and I essentially need to go through and recreate all of them. And I have them already created in here, so I can probably like copy and paste a lot of this. Let's start with what in combat effect is going to be our first one. So this is going to be entity effect. We'll go GE in combat effect, which apparently was not in here. Where was in combat effect before? Anyways, I'm going to close and open that so we get the, yeah, this one. In combat effect is a duration-based effect. In combat effect duration is 30 seconds. It is not periodic. And then I think for the entity data, we can just copy, oh lord. Probably, yeah, this might actually be easier. Just copy and paste that there. We don't need the duration. I extracted duration because it's like a common thing, and I thought it would be a lot more clear in something like that. Okay, so that one is good. Where do I need to put you, though? Where is in combat? Right there, Fred. Okay. Now we're gonna make another one, and we're gonna call this. This is going to be another entity effect def. Unreal Andy, welcome in. This is going to be GE wait for mana regen. Uh-oh. Why did that not? I would have liked that to open. I would have liked that to open. Wait for mana regen. Let's just copy pasta all of that. Now wait for mana regen. Let me look at duration stuff here. Duration, it is a duration based thing. It lasts 10 seconds. So delete duration out of there. Okay, file save. Mana. Wait for mana regen. There we go. Plop that in there. Plop that in there. So let's create our next one, regen mana. So entity effect, def, GE, regen mana. Regen mana. Now this is duration based as well, which is it's an infinite duration, period of 5, so every 5 seconds. Pop all that data in there. File save. Good, good, good. What is the future of the jetpack compose? Boy, if I had $1 for every time someone asked me that, I would have $1, which means I've only been asked it once, but that is a weird question to be asked, so it's worth noting. We're gonna do gain food now. Entity effect def GE gain food. Where is gain food? GE gain food. Gain food is... Uh-oh. What was supposed to be here? Uh-oh. Something was supposed to be there. Is gain food instant? No, it is not. Yes, it is. Oh, because I said it myself. Right. Let's do duration and set it to zeros. That's gonna be what that does. I forgot what was supposed to be here. So I'm just gonna leave that there as a reminder whenever I go through and do the eat food ability. It's probably supposed to be like blocked or canceled tags, right? Target blocked tags. I think it's probably supposed to be target canceled tags. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put cancel tags. Should be blocked or canceled by damage. Dead. Probably moving. Yeah, you can't eat while moving. Not in my game. Not in my game. Okay. Gain food is good now. Let's plop that into wherever it needs to go. Gain food. Boop. I believe the next one is lose food. Entity effect def GE lose food. Lose food. Lose food. Copy pasta. Duration, you are supposed to be infinite with a period of 5. Delete duration there, compile save. Let's create, well, we need to plop that in. Food, lose food, there it goes. Next one. A lot of manual work here. Entity, effect, def, GE, gain health. Gain health. Copy, paste, duration, you are supposed to be zeros because you are set by the caller. You are a set by caller type situation. Gain health, let's put you where you need to go. I guess that's... I think that's on the regen health effect. I have gain health. What was gain health supposed to be from? Oh, that's just applied by it's just applied by the eat food ability. So I'm gonna need to wire those up. We'll do that later, I think. We'll do that later. So we've created gain health. Now we need gain sleep. Yeah, I regret not just doing this immediately when I realized that it was going to be better, because now I have to, by hand, remake a lot of these. Gain sleep. Eat food, yes. Gain sleep. Copy, paste. Again, we have missing data there. This is going to be infinite. This is for sleepy time. Now we need to make lose sleep. Linking it seems like a pain. Yeah, I mean, this is my fault for not doing this sooner, before I created a bunch of these. I was like, oh, a data table would be nice to have them all in one place, but then it like looks disgusting, and I can't actually, I was hoping to actually see data in here, and there's probably some way I can do it, but like, this is just like so much cleaner than having to pass around data table row handles. So I just realized that a data table was not the move for me. This is infinite with a period of 10. We're going to do construct building. Construct building, duration, infinite. Yeah, and that's that. Wish I was good enough to start making my game. Well, you're never gonna get good enough unless you start making a game. So you should just start. Construct building. I guess I don't have that one wired into the game mode. Weapon change delay. That's one I never filled out. Maybe I should just duplicate this. GE. I think this one. Let's look up the old. Let's look up the old weapon change delay. You do have a duration. You just add. Oh yeah, you just add the weapon change delay tags. What is your duration? Your duration is set by caller. So yeah, that's really all I need there. Weapon change delay. Oop. Oop. There we go. Okay, duplicate. Yeah, duplicating is much easier. Gameplay effect. Regen health. Thank you for the sub. Welcome in. Regen health. What do we need you to do? Quite a bit. All I care about is duration, though. Duration is infinite. Period of 5. Every 5 seconds, we will regen health. Wait, what the fuck just happened? Okay, that was weird. Okay, wait for regen health, which is completely empty now. What the fuck happened? Oh, I never set that one up, did I? I never set that one up. GE, wait for regen health. So open that, and then let's look up wait for regen health old as well, so we can properly set this up. This is duration of 10, not 41, 10. No period. Okay, well, we will apply tags of Wait for regen health. Do I apply additional effects here? This is canceled by dead. And probably blocked by dead as well. Would you be interested in a life-size statue of you made of raw meat and seafood products? No, I'm actually vegan, so no. I'm kidding, I'm not vegan. But no, I don't want that. That sounds absolutely disgusting. My dogs would love that, though. They would be licking that statue all fucking day. Should play Bolero of Fire. That is a good one. I do remember that one. Unfortunately, there's no lo-fi version of that. That and Song of Storms are like a couple of my favorites. My drunk surf and turf. Gross. Gross. Okay, we're setting up wait for regen health here. What else do we need to do? So we basically did that. We have asset tags too. I don't know if that's necessary. Asset tags, put that at the top. These are like identifier tags, really. And then I guess the meat and potatoes of this one is remove gameplay effect queries. Okay, this is something I don't really have built in. Yeah, Song of Storms is a good one. Can I search? Song of Storms is a goated song. Yeah, apply additional effects data here. We want to do regen health when this one completes normally. Okay, I think that one's good for now. Did I not do regen health yet? Where is regen health at? Do I not have regen health? I just did regen health. Where the frick is it? Where is regen health? Am I blind? I am blind. There it is. Okay. Also, the Church of Mart now demands a meat statue. Oh, man. I should put a Mart religion into the game. That would be sick. And it's just like the god is the most childish god in the world and just demands the most stupid shit that you're just like, dude, I don't want to do this. It's like the same shit all the time. It's just, he just wants more of the fucking same. And it's just like, it's a god that's just like so annoying. Definitely need to go back and play Majora's Mask though. I miss playing that. That's one I never finished as a kid. That one was hard to fit. Like, if you're a kid playing Majora's Mask, that's a hard one. Redev, welcome in. Belly button lint. It's a fine statement. It's a fine statement. Okay, what's next on our list here? Calc max health. Calc max health, copy Pasta. Duration infinite, no period. Yeah, because we're just the simple one right here. Simple boy. Health. Where is calc max health old? I guess, yeah, we'll need to fill out all the default effects later, so we don't do anything with that one for now. Calc max mana. Duplicate calc max mana. Another infinite one. Gonna do nothing with that. Calc attack power. How are you doing? Been a while since I last caught you online. I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you for asking. Calc attack power. Oh, is that just playing on repeat now? I mean, I'm here for it. Calc, then we want spell power here. Okay, we did. I don't think I did spell power right, actually. I copied the wrong one. Was that the right one? Yep, spell power calculation there. Cool. Gonna watch your content, man. Have fun. Hey, you too. I hope you. Well, at least I hope you do. So we're just gonna play. Is that just playing the same one over and over again? You know, the Stormwind one is pretty good too. We'll play Stormwind next. Busy last 2 weeks. We released our demo for our game and just handling errors, exceptions, and all. Quite tiring. Well, congrats on the release. It's a huge step. For some reason, Majora's Mask was easier than Ocarina of Time. Really? Interesting. Isn't attribute clamping done post-effect application? Yes, why do you ask? Calc spell power. Now we're calcing melee crit. Where is calc melee? Ah, shit, I lost it. Ah, shit. Which is infinite, of course. Just delete. Yeah, that's. We're gonna duplicate this for spell crit now. God, stop doing that. Calc spell crit. Copy pasta. Again, I grabbed the wrong one. Can't wait for that to backfire. I'm gonna forget that that's the case. I'm gonna forget about this, and it's gonna not work for the longest time. That was copying the wrong one. Or that the max health calc was the clamping. Never mind. No, that's just applying stamina to health, basically. That's all it does. And this is my own system as well. Like I'm rewriting the gameplay ability system into my ECS. So this is it's got some different rules. I'm like just replacing a lot of the functionality. I am making some kind of decisions that are slightly different though. Init attributes. Set default attributes, init attributes. This is all stuff that'll get applied by default, so. Dude, okay, so this is just enable repeat 1. So does it doesn't play the whole... These are local files, and it's asking... it has a download option. Interesting. Anyways, I guess, like... Oh, was it just going back and forth between those two? It is. Okay, weird. How do I restart this fucking playlist? There we go. Jeez. Spotify is weird. Net attributes. Duplicate. What are we doing now? Set char stats. Set char stats. Copy pasta. This is infinite. So delete that. Compile save. Last time I was here, you were doing UI UX for storage capacity purposes. How did that turn out? I think we kind of kicked that can down the road a little bit. I mean, we do have a UI in the game, but I think there's a better one that I should do. But what we have now works, so just kind of sticking with that for the time being. But I think there is a better way to do it. So just kind of iterative approach, doing some iteration. Calc exp to level. Okay, so I hate that saving closes that little drawer. Infinite, so we just delete that. He wants the rest of us to solve. We're almost done here. We're almost done. Now, I came up with an idea. I came up with a... with a UI that I liked, I think. That is also infinite, so we are good. Calc mana regen rate, we want health regen rate now. And then I have fire spell damage. Do I give a shit about that? I think I do. I think I do want that. I think I'm gonna have a damage for each like spell type just to easily use from abilities. That should be instant. Okay, I have all of these made now. Regen mana effect, regen mana. Okay, so now we need to like take all these old ones, right? Set char stats. No, we just want to default. Set default character attributes. Oh god, I forgot which one's which. What does this one do? Health regen, max sleep, max food. That should be a one-time thing. It should be a one-time thing, I think. So that should go on new character effects, right? Oh god, I wish I didn't delete those. I could have seen what I was doing. Well, I at least need the calculations. So max health, max mana. I need crit, spell crit. I need power, attack power, spell power. Basically all the calcs. Maybe I'll just search calc. EXP to level, health regen rate, mana regen rate. Attack power, spell crit, melee crit. I think that's it. I think that's it for the calculations. What else do I need to put in here? Why are there so many more in here? I definitely know like init attributes. That's the one time that one needs to be set there. Set new character attributes, character level, food. Bro, there's a recruiter. He keeps emailing me. I don't know how he got my email. All of his emails have the title of like salary increase. He will not leave me the fuck alone. Which I suppose it's a good problem to have. That's kind of actually kind of feels like a humble brag, which I didn't think about before I said that. So ignore me. Setting sleep and setting food. Which one does that? It is nice. This table is nice to like look all of them up, but like once I get this cleaned up, that'll be a lot. It'll be easier to see that. What does init attributes do? Health, mana, food, character level. So that is set new character attributes. I just named it differently. People don't want you when you already got work. Yeah, like that's how like girlfriends work, right? Although that's not how it has worked in my experience. But that's because I don't go outside. There's the I've seen some people call it something on like Reddit and stuff. It's like pre-vetted, you know, or like there was a term for it that people were saying. Like when you've got a partner or you've got a job, you're like pre-vetted as like not a weirdo. They smell the confidence on you. Yeah, it must be the smell. You're right. Silly me for thinking it was a psychological effect. It's the smell. I think you're onto something, Turning Cook. If your biome setup, did you use vertex coloring on your dynamic meshes? And if so, do you have trouble getting PCG to read that? So on the terrain itself, on the dynamic mesh components, yes, I do use vertex colors. And I pass that in manually to PCG. Like that's, I don't actually pass it in. Actually, my own node, I can probably show it, Forest PCG. So this is, I think last time you came in and asked about it, I was talking about, I wrote my own node to sample points on the terrain. This is that node here. And this node, like, oh, double click doesn't open the CPP node. Okay, so chunk surface sampler. So this node grabs the, because like I generate the vertex data from like some noise, and like I just kind of have that data on my terrain chunk, and I call it the physical material. That's what I call it. So terrain material type is what I put into the vertex color, and that's like, is it rock, is it dirt, is it grass? And so like when I'm generating the points, the color of the point is the same color as the terrain material type debug. Well, I guess that's just the debug information. I guess the actual... Oh, I'm setting it on an attribute. Yeah, I'm setting it on an attribute. So I set the terrain material enum name as a string attribute. So then I use those attributes on the point set and key off of that. So like filter... I do these filters like this, and so I can have an operator for matches terrain material type equal to string grass, TMT grass, terrain material type grass. So that way I can spawn things only on grass. So I think that's how I do it. But I know that there's, if you're not doing, if you have collision on your, let me open that back up actually. If you have collision and you're doing something like this, what is it? You can like get some information here. Yeah, you can get a reference to a physical material. I don't know if you can get vertex colors from here. actually, now that I'm looking at it. You can get a reference to the render material, but you can, I guess what I'm trying to show here is you can just get different information, and you can probably get it somehow that way. If you're using the traditional method. I would look into that. Anyways, back to creating all my fucking entity datas and getting them set up properly. What else do I probably need to add, what do I need to add? Like lose sleep, probably. Lose food, lose sleep. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, of course. Now, I showed you mine, you have to show me yours. If you do something cool, that's the deal. I don't expect anything in return other than that. That PCG components and actions for each function. I did that and it worked perfectly. Yeah, a lot easier. Did you ever end up looking into PCG Biome plugin? Or it's called like Biome Core plugin or something like that. It seems very powerful, but with all things Unreal Engine, it's like, it's very powerful, but really fucking complicated and probably overkill for a lot of use cases. But they did write some decent documentation on it. Yeah, so something like this. Like, this is the biome. They have a project. Oh god, this is like fucking 3 pixels. But you can add like these little exclusion areas and stuff like that, and they've got all these different biome defs for it. So it seems powerful, but I had to do a lot of custom shit to get it to work with procedural terrain, so it just ended up not being worth it. But yeah, that's also an option for anyone out there, for any interested listeners. Lose food, lose sleep. Should I do region health and region mana probably applied by default too? Region health, region mana. Did I do EXP to level already? I did. Let me pull this out here. Let's fucking these in order. All the calcs. Init attributes. Do I have that anywhere? Init attributes is there. What am I doing with set character attributes or whatever? Set char stats. I think that's the only one. Set char stats, set default stats. This is probably the default stats one. And then this is probably set new or set char stats. Remind me what those ones are. Did I get this right? Okay, yeah, we're initializing the attributes there. What is init attributes? This is like character level, sleep, health, mana. Yeah, so what do I call these? Like base attributes or something? I don't know. Those two names are not very explanatory, are they? I already, okay, I closed the data table. Is there anything else I need to wire up in here? GE weapon change delay. Not the biome core stuff yet. No, I'm doing everything custom in a dynamic mesh actor. Blueprint, all custom chunk loading, recalculation. Using pure noise ranges to determine biome areas. Ah, so you're doing like the gradient kind of approach. Yeah, it's a very like clean and like fast way to get it done. But then you're like, it's the same problem with certain vertex color things. Because then it's like, if 0 to 0.1 is one biome, 0.1 to 0.2 is a different biome, 0.2 to 0.3. It's like you'll never have, like there are biomes that have to be next to each other, which is why I didn't do something like that. I felt constrained. And why I worked around that with vertex colors as well by using UV data. Because it's like that's the trade-off with using vertex colors in like the RGBA channels is like things within the same channel, they have to be next to each other before they blend to the next one, you know? But it is a very clean way to do it, right? And if you only have a few different biomes, it's not a huge deal. I kind of want to delete all my old properties now. If this works properly, that is. Oh, I need to go through, God, I need to go through all my abilities now, don't I? And then what I need to do is cost effect entity. First of all, I need to create a cooldown effect. Do I use this anywhere? Just on itself. So U cooldown effect. We need to extend this instead from U entity effect def and rename it cooldown effect def. I just need a base. I don't think that's used in blueprints at all. So I just need a base thing for that. Is it cooldown? Oh, cost effect, not cooldown effect. Well, we will rename this to cost effect. Get cost effect entity, so yeah, make it from cost effect def. Just so I have something specific for it. Very similar to Minecraft. Well, Minecraft layers a lot of noise on top of each other. I don't know if you've seen it, Michael, but there is a very good talk. Maybe you have already. Minecraft procedural generation talk, probably. Yeah, this one.
That table says, well, okay, it's...
This one's super cool.
Kind of a metaphor.
And so here's the noises. Biomes are placed based on 5 noises. And then they have like a table that correlates these different noise values to... I think they take number ranges and assign like meaningful names to them. So I think up top these are number ranges. And then like the intersection between them is like an actual thing. Which is like so confusing.
So these we configure using tables because biomes are discrete. You're either in desert or plains. You can't be kind of in both. So it's discrete. Therefore, we don't use splines. We use tables. So this shows the table. If we're in an area where peak noise is high, then we look at continentalness and erosion, and that decides which biome we're in. To make this easier to configure, we split the noise values into number ranges. So we said that, erosion 0 to 5 to 1. Is false value. All right, for sure. So then them to that table. And humidity is high and temperature is...
So yeah, it's a good talk. Good talk if you haven't seen it already. Gradient noise approach is nice for transitioning climate regions. So desert is never next to a frozen tundra. Yeah, it's good for that for sure. If you have things that you don't need to be next to each other, right? Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that all needs to be gone. Honestly, just inline that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, do nothing with it, actually. Do nothing with that. So back to what we were doing here. Resource cost. I needed cooldown. There we go. So that's well, no, we still want the curve table row handle for that stuff. What was I looking for? Damage effect was what I was looking for. Damage effect row handle. That needs to change. You damage effect. Do I have a base damage effect? I guess I do. I guess I do. Documenting your entire process. So going through some of your old videos now. God. Has it been useful? I feel like I don't necessarily name my videos very, very well. There you can see all my past struggles. Yeah, do I want to change this damage effect into something? Don't know if I'm ready for that yet. There's a lot of stuff in here. Oh yeah, these all need to change. How did that work? Oh, because I hadn't changed it yet, that's why. Damage effect row handle. This is now damage effect def. Okay, let's do it. Entity effect def. Damage effect, rename that to def. We need to change these to T subclass of U entity effect def. Damage effect row. Yeah, that's a bad name. Just damage effect def. Jesus Christ, I can't type. Delete it all. Okay. F entity effect spec. Dude, I can't. My keyboard is cursed at the moment. Damage effect def. Get default object. U entity effect def. Build entity data. There we go. Oh, right, and we needed that. Effect spec dot entity data. Build entity data. Effect spec dot effect def. There we go. I wonder if I should actually hang on. Let's make a constructor for this. This could actually be really nice. Hold the fucking phone. First of all, make a default one. F entity effect spec. No, I want one that gets initialized from a U entity D subclass of effect def. Yeah, so we set the effect def, and then entity data auto pops. Boom. Boom. That's actually going to be really nice. So we do that, effect spec. No, we do that, then damage effect def. Then we don't need to do that. Wow, that's so clean. And then I could even just inline that. Look at that. Oh no, it needs to be a ref. So there we go. Damage effect row. Change that to damage effect def. Update that. Damage effect def. Blah, 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 boo, boo, boo. Yes, yes, yes. That all looks good. Let's go up here now. Damage effect. Yeah, we don't need any of that now. So we can just delete that constructor. That constructy boy. Make a damage spec handle. Damage effect. Make a damage spec. Apply damage effect to component. Ah. Yeah, that needs to be changed. Two blueprint usages. Cleave and fire starter. I see. Why are you not in line? Fall in line, soldier. Yeah, I need to change all this. I need to make sure this is all cleaned up. Oh dear. But for that, I need to rebuild so that these actually have the proper thingies. So I think first we can at least clean these ones up. Some of these I know are not correct here. Right? There was at least one. There was at least one. This one. Get damage. Where are you used from? Ah, from the AI choose ability. Source target. Let me look at that again. Ability damage. Ability, do we initialize one? Oh yeah, this all needs to change. Yeah. Activatable ability. Oh yeah. Oh, that all needs to change. Yeah. No wonder I didn't do this yet. This entire thing needs to change. Code with me. Welcome in. Do I want to change that? I really want to get rid of that. I really want to get rid of that. Maybe I'll just stub this out. Source and target. Let's just F entity these. Let's just F entity these. What are you building? A video game. An ability system for my video game. Replace Unreal Engine's ability system. So we're working on an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain. I can show that real quick, actually. Well, hang on. Let's make sure everything is fucking saved before we like crash or something. So I can show this, but it's gonna crash. So here's my like procedural terrain. So this is the world. It's gonna crash as soon as my character spawns, though, because we're in the middle of fixing stuff at the moment. Rewriting Unreal step by step. Yeah, that's the goal. Welcome in, Marcus. That is the crackhead goal. And we got the underground caves too. Underground caves. Noodles here. Noodles leading into a big cheese cave. Yeah, this is the game world. It's all, I would show like some actual gameplay and stuff, but it's all kind of broken at the moment. It's all kind of broken at the moment. Oh, I actually did spawn, so we're not crashing, but my character is woefully broken. Okay, never mind. Did I go for school for this? Nope. Taught myself. I taught myself. 36. Counted them myself. Why are you saying that you're not? There we go. So I need to return a float for the damage. Calc-based damage. Calc-based damage. So what did I do previously in here? Make damage spec handle. Okay, so I did pop it into a calculate damage thing that has been copied into This has been copied into the damage processor, if I'm not mistaken. Calc damage, which is static now, actually. Well, I could just, well, maybe I could just fucking plug that bitch in, you know? Maybe I just plug this guy in here. Don't like that I'm importing the processor into the gameplay ability. I think this is going to be a, well, no, it's the CPP file, so we should be fine there. Damage, so I need to make the damage effect. Damage effect, and then base damage. So calc damage takes the damage effect data, which this is F entity effect spec. Let's make sure that that's not damage effect data. So I need to like get the, is it U, maybe ability utils, get damage. I don't have one of those. So I would just need to go spec entity data, or I can just do find effect data. I can't U damage effect. Oh wait, U damage. Isn't there a U damage effect? What am I? Oh no, it's F. That's why I'm not getting it. Damage effect data. There we go. Okay, so pass that in there. Oh, it's a pointer. It's a pointer. That should not be a reference. Calc damage, we have the effect data in there. You referenced that. Is that right? Calc damage, effect context. Just make that empty for now. Although I guess we could populate that, couldn't we? Return 0 here if we don't get it. Otherwise return final damage. Damage effect, tag, data, source. This is not a very reusable function. I'm now realizing. It's not a very reusable function. Source attributes, and then damage effect, tag, data. Okay, so the context would go there, and then this would be like F, is it asset tag entity data? I think we would do there. No, we want applied tags data, F. Applied tags entity data. And then we would want source attributes. So we would want to do, okay, auto source attributes data. There we go. Okay, that wasn't too bad, but we need the context. When we make this, do we add context on it? I don't think we do. I don't think so. So we need to build some context data. Context effect data. Do I need to do that? Okay, yeah, that's a little uglier than it used to be. That is a little uglier than it used to be. Okay, so that's been replaced. I have no idea if that works. Target actually doesn't do anything. Calc damage should take that in. So we'll probably end up updating that to take in target. But anyways. Now we need to go back into that choose ability because now this is going to be broken. So this needs to be source is just context dot entity target. Oh, I just did null pointer for target, so we can just do empty target. Okay. Get damage on, yeah, we need to run that again for the chosen damage as well. So same thing, I guess. Same exact thing. Different ability. Welcome in though, everyone. Let me catch up with chat. It's Python. No, so this is Unreal Engine C++. I'm working on an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain and AI generated quests. So here is some of the procedural terrain. This is just like a random seed. This is a random seed. Skip that. So, you know, each time you start a new game, it'll be a new world, different world every time. Different biomes and everything's kind of broken at the moment. I would show some gameplay and stuff like that, but we got underground caves and stuff. We got like a little noodle cave here. Guys, tell me you guys like my nudes. You can pop out. Boom. Watching terrain load in is always so satisfying to see. I agree. I do agree. Okay, so here's me. I'm a bit broken at the moment, but here's the world map. And so each one of these different colors is like a different zone with a different biome. That's where I am here. And so each pixel on this map is a terrain chunk. So if I were to zoom out here, like this is 1 pixel on that map. So this whole thing is 1, 2, 3, about 4. So what we're showing right now is a radius of about this big. And so the world is this big. So it's a very big world. And I want to run the whole thing. I want you to be able to build a bunch of different colonies that all run no matter where you are in the world, so they don't get turned off when you like walk away. And I want there to be NPC ran colonies that are also on and running, and you know, make the world feel alive. I want you to be able to interact with those other colonies and NPCs and stuff like that. I want all that to happen. So I wrote my own ECS. You know, there's a lot of technical challenges involved with procedural terrain on a large scale and stuff like that. So a lot of really fancy things I'm having to do. Right now I'm working on rewriting the gameplay ability system, which is a built-in Unreal Engine framework. It's a very powerful framework, very nice. But each gameplay effect execution takes about 100 microseconds, which for 90% of games is totally fine. But when you times that by 1,000, you know, if you had 1,000 things in combat, that would absolutely bring my game to a screeching halt. I could get about 200 entities in combat before it dropped to like 20 FPS. So I wrote my own ECS. I'm trying to work in the gameplay ability system into my ECS, and an ECS is like a data-driven type of framework where you do like composition over inheritance. And you focus on principles of CPU cache locality. So you want your data really tight, really compact in contiguous blocks of memory, so that whenever you read memory on one piece of data, you grab all the nearby pieces of data as well. And then if you set it up correctly, all those nearby pieces of data you'll actually need. And so rather than having to go to the grocery store each time you need a piece of data, you can just go to the pantry. That's kind of what the ECS does. And I would show entities spawning. I would show I can go chop down trees and stuff like that. There are some resources that I can go collect mushrooms. There's a building system as well. You know, I got all these things to build. Things. Which is broken. which is fucking broken at the moment. So that's gonna crash, I believe. Yeah, that's gonna crash. What kind of lore does this world have, if any characters and stuff? So it doesn't have any lore, like nothing's set in stone yet. Nothing's set in stone yet. It's going to be pretty sandboxy for the most part, but I will do some, you know, overarching lore. And I'm thinking it'll be kind of godsy, because it's going to be a roguelite as well, and I use Hades as my inspiration for that. Love me some. I've been playing Hades 2 recently. It's great. It's been great. But I really like using gods in games, because I think it's a really good way to like flavorfully describe some game design decisions and restrictions potentially. But yeah, gods are going to be involved. But that's kind of all I really have so far. Nothing super set in stone or anything. Okay, so we're rebuilding now, and what I've done... Did I change the damage effect def? I did, okay. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, I didn't. Wait, I did. Oh, but that's gonna break the damage effect for everything else. Yikes. Yeah, that's gonna break all of that. So I might as well have just deleted that. Oh well. Oh well, we're rebuilding. We're halfway there anyway. This is all on a quest to like get gameplay effect execution listeners. Which we've still not done. So I'm kind of just like, I guess today is just refactoring the effect definitions from a data table into an actual class. Okay, we have an oopsie foxy here. Yeah, make outgoing spec from ability. Are you used at all? Make damage spec handle. Are you used at all? Yes, this is all fucking used. Okay. Return make. Oh God, yeah, this is all gonna. Might just change this real quick because it's all broken anyway, and I just need it to resolve. Let's just change this to like EU gameplay effect, just to get it to build. That should be resolving. There it goes. Took a while. I felt proud for implementing profile pics in a chat client. I'm realizing I'm absolutely noob next. Oh no, you can't compare yourself to other people, man. We all should be proud of ourselves for what we've accomplished at whatever stage of our journey we're at. Make outgoing spec from ability. Oh, Jesus fucking. Oh my God, all this is gonna break now. It's all gonna break. Yeah, it's all gonna break. I'm trying to like keep these intact so that I can go through and fix them while I still know what they do. Okay, now rebuild. $81 things, Jesus Christ. Okay. We're just hard rebuilding everything basically. Come on now. Come on. Really, most of these are not going to work. Yeah, I really need to find where I'm using these and replace them. And I don't just want to like replace, because it's like the interaction between blueprints and C++ is so bucksy-wucksy sometimes. You gotta be careful. You gotta think about when you're replacing stuff, because it's like if you replace things out from underneath the blueprint just like shits its pants. And you're gonna be left with like a blueprint where you don't remember what the hell you were trying to do in it. An in-game bank, huh? Spitballing, yeah, lots of ideas to do, but lots of work. So yeah, there will be time for those ideas in the future for sure. Character die. Oh Jesus, yeah, that's not gonna cast, is it? I was thinking that there could be like a bank type building that you would need to staff with a colonist. I mean, you would build the bank, right? So you would build a building and you would need to probably build some, you know, stash or something. But then that if each colony that you built a bank in means that you can like access your banked items from that colony. That was about the extent of my banking thoughts. Kind of like, you know, how in Vanilla WoW you have the bank where you can store stuff, and it's like there for, you know, whatever city you go to, all your stuff is there. Like that, except you have to build it yourself. It's kind of what I was going for. Okay, yeah, I need to replace these ones never got replaced, really. The building mod, yeah, this is all like a building modifier effect. But I was also thinking that like trade routes would be more fun. Like having to like make a caravan, like make a colonist, and maybe you can have some guardians or soldiers following him to protect him along the road. And so that colonist actually has to travel from one to the other. What do I want to do here, though? So we're making a damage spec handle. I think I can just... I don't think I need to set... I think we can just make damage effect. Did I make that blueprintable? We did. Okay, so let's just, like, make damage effect. I don't have target information on there, though. I guess that's the problem. The problem? Yeah, the problem. Then I would have I would do the apply here. I think I just go apply damage effect.
Hello.
Hello, who is that? Small's the cobalt. Welcome in.
Why are you running?
Thank you for the raid.
Why are you running?
Welcome in.
Put it in reverse, Tim.
What type of dev do you do? Do you do dev?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing? Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What were you working on? I got a data scientist job offer. Hell yeah. Congrats on the job offer, man. Wah 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 wah. And a good wah 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 to you as well. What was the question? Oh, I was just saying welcome in. What kind of dev? I'm unfamiliar with you, so what kind of dev do you do? What were you working on? How was the stream? You know, the typical stuff. Also, I need that to be non-const so that I can have a selector for it. We need to change that. And yeah, probably just the apply. I imagine I would probably just want the apply damage effect, but that's not blueprintable, so we need to make that blueprintable. What am I? I'm doing make damage. Where is this actually used at? We're just applying it to target anyway. So I think I can probably maybe completely get rid of that function. It's good. Was working on collectibles for my game. By trade, I'm a professional level designer. Oh, nice. And also, by trade of the games industry, I'm also unemployed. Hey, it happens. It's great to get to work on your game though, full time. That's a happy day. And thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. And so for those joining, hello raiders. I'm working on an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain and AI generated quests. So here is why is my editor? There we go. Here is my procedural terrain generation happening. We're kind of in a state of changing a lot of things, so I would show some gameplay as well, but none of it is working. But the terrain looks cool. We have the underground caves, of course. Noodles. Everything's still kind of spawning in at the moment. Yeah, there's me. I don't work at the moment, so I'm just gonna be, I'm dead, and I'm just falling. Is my coding skills good? Hello world print. Well, considering that is not even valid syntax for any language that I know of, I'm gonna say, no. Sorry. That doesn't mean you're already like further than most of the population. I'll say that. Yeah, here's a little bit of the procedural terrain and stuff. So that's what we have to look forward to when I actually get all this stuff working again. I'm rewriting the gameplay ability system within Unreal. So it's been a journey, I'll say. By damage effect, we want that to be blueprint callable. I think I will need to use that. Source ability, target, damage effect, which means we will want that to be non-const ref, so that we can actually use a selector drop-down thingo. You know it was a joke, right? Yes, I was joking along with you. The game I'm working on now was first prototype in UE4, and I scrapped it to move to Godot. How has that transition been? Wow, what is this? How to do that? You're gonna have to be more specific. How to do what? Is this all we need? Apply damage effect. I think that's all we need. Let's rebuild. Toasted bread. No, I will always be welcoming of some toasted bread. That sounds quite nice. I think it's print parentheses hello world string. Closer. That is closer. Drop the colon and the space and you're there for, I think, Python. You'd be there in Python. Do you prefer Unreal or Unity? What would you recommend? Well, I am using Unreal, so Unreal was my choice. I mean, I haven't done much in any other engine. I can't really speak on behalf of them too much, but yeah, I wouldn't use Unity. You don't get source code access with Unity, and I can't imagine developing a game without access to source code. That seems crazy to me. So for that reason, I'm out. On top of that, Unity has made some very questionable business decisions that impact the people who use their engine quite negatively. So in terms of monetizing games and whatnot. So there's another reason. Also like that Unreal Engine has blueprints. They have a visual scripting language, which I think is, well, I much prefer writing code. And I routinely talk about how much I hate blueprints. I do like that there is that option. And it is nice for a good number of things. And it's nice that you don't need to know how to code to use Unreal Engine effectively. That is nice. And then the things Unreal Engine is doing, like I see Unreal Engine as being closer to the cutting edge of game development technology. So I want to be a part of that, you know. Things like Nanite, Lumen, that stuff, fancy schmancy stuff. PCG is really nice too. So that's why I chose Unreal Engine, basically. But as for what I would recommend, that really just depends on what kind of game you're making. And what you're good at, what you're bad at. That's like it's a really personal decision. So I feel like that's kind of a decision you got to make on your own. UE5 has so much bloat and C is just significantly harder than Python for my dyslexic brain versus Godot scripts, Python base. Yeah, there's a big learning curve to Unreal Engine, but it's quite powerful once you get through that. Okay, back to this, make damage effect. So I will just want to do something like, what did I call it? Apply damage effect is I think what I called it. Yeah, apply damage effect. We're gonna rewire that. Subsystem. Plug in the subsystem. Oh god, I need a fucking world context object. Oh no. Get ability modifiers. I guess for now I can use self. This is already not going to work, but I'll just plug that in to make it shut up. And then I wanted fire spell damage, right? For view weapon, fire damage, fire spell damage. I have 2 of them. Damage. Ah, okay. We need to rename all of these. Batch rename. Suffix underscore old to make that. There we go. Make sure I'm clicking the right ones here. Source ability. Source ability. So this is all gonna change. Oh yeah, this is all gonna change. 100%. This is all 100% gonna change. Let's just change this into get damage. Get damage, and you're gonna return a float. Yeah, so that's what we'll need for source ability. Gameplay ability object and source ability. Okay, so we need to cast to my gameplay ability base, which they all should be. And that's probably something that I won't even need later. Plug that into the spec. Target, target is something that we'd pass in as well. Get ability modifier effect level. So we don't need spec, we don't need target either. I'll keep that one in there for posterity's sake. Can I just split? No. We have to like make a target. God damn, okay. Self component, I guess, is what we'll use there. Although it should probably be the ability target, get damage, source component, self component. Okay, so yeah, none of that's gonna work anyway, but at least we have it like kind of stubbed out. So that I know what we need to do whenever we get that working. Stevie, welcome in. Noxious gas, yeah. Noxious gas indeed. I wouldn't say UE has bloat. It's just a big engine that has things you might not need. Bloat for me are useless stuff like Microsoft adds to Windows. Yeah. I can see it going both ways, but yeah. Unity is so programmer heavy to get anything close to started that the only Unity holdouts I've seen in the indie space are people who don't really know anything else and are talented programmers, but are just also to make Unity stuff look pretty, it's much harder. I mean, it is a very popular engine, right? Like before the whole Unity debacle happened, I think Unity was one of the. I mean, I don't know what it was like in the software and game development. Stevie, you've been streaming for a hot fucking minute, haven't you? Would you say there are more or less Unity streamers now? I would have to hazard that there are far less. And there's like way more, probably a lot of people switch to Godot, which probably what I would use if it weren't for Unreal Engine. I ignore everything that's not Unreal. Fair. I need, we need to take a peek at the cleave ability now. Cleave. I think this has a thingy here. Yeah, apply damage effect. So let's wire this bad boy up now. God damn, another one that needs. So these don't have, because this is just a U object, these don't have like, what is that? I can't delete it. Okay, cool. Just hang out there then, I guess. Self component. Damage effect def. This should be physical damage. So let's create a physical damage effect def. Let's go here. Move you into damage. Move. All my damage specs. Let's duplicate fire spell damage, but instead call it... am I calling it weapon? What did I call it here? Fire spell damage, cross spell damage, healing damage, melee auto attack. Well, it's probably just weapon damage, I think. Is what I called it. So you are not a spell, nor are you fire. Weapon damage is empty. I feel like that's... I feel like I want physical on here. Do I have like weapon? I should probably tag it with the weapon type. That would be kind of fun. Do some nice effects with the weapon type. But I think probably just physical for now. Probably good enough. I just closed... No, I didn't. It's here. Okay, so let's do physical... Or I called it weapon damage. That I can't spell correctly. Target components. We do have that, so we should probably just get target component. Can I get entity static? There we go. Wait, I have to make... Okay, can I make targetable? Make targetable. Yeah. Target. Damage. Yeah. Damage, we have that. Source ability. We have that too. Nice. Nice. Oh, the target is each one of these, so pop that in there. Yeah, because we're cleaving all of the nearby targets, basically. Impact FX location. So I could just do that from the targetable, but we'll do that later, basically. Later, once this works properly. The ability modifier effects are a system that I have yet to replace. That's my own home rolled system too. Okay, so at least we got rid of some of those dependencies, which is nice. I may want to rebuild now. I think Godot is growing in popularity though. As a designer, God is so good, with some very notable brutal flaws. Well, it's nice that it's open source too, right? So hopefully people will be very willing to fix those flaws. 3D level iteration in Godot is fucking dreadful. No editor tooling, or lack of editor tooling. Godot for me lacks too much oh, okay, well yeah. Got used to Unreal, it has everything. The render is pretty cool though. Yeah, if Unreal Engine Editor could just fucking figure out undoing and saving in a reliable way, that would be amazing. And not having corrupted blueprints. Those are the top 3 issues with the editor for me, I think. 2 of those are probably way easy to, I would hope are easy to fix. Okay, save. How do I like, do I need to Let me shut this down. I'm going to shut that down. Shut it down. There's a hedgehog. Now, where are you used from? Make damage spec. Where are you used from? Okay, apply damage effect to component. Where are you used from? Fire starter, which... Oh shit, I didn't fix that one. Okay, we got one more to fix before we can delete that shit. To say I've become quite comfortable and fond of UE, more than I expected before I started learning. Yeah, learning Unreal Engine was not a fun time. I tried to learn Unreal Engine and C++ and procedural generation all at the same time. And yeah, that was like a 6-month slog before I actually did anything useful in the engine. And I was using Visual Studio, so I was really doing it on hard mode. Not even Writer. Okay, where does it hurt? Here we go. Yeah, apply damage effect. So this will be fire spell damage too. Fire spell. Charge, target component. Let's just like make targetable, make target from context, pass it in. Damage, change that. Oh, damage effect class is GE burn. Okay. That's good to know. That is good to know. Source ability. You need to be casted. Okay, so GE burn. Let's make a, open that up. You do fucking nothing. Because, wait, how did you change? Oh, I took the gameplay effect out from underneath it. I didn't know I had any effects that were like that. Yeah, that's all these old effects are gonna be empty now. Shit. Okay, so I gotta remake these from scratch. I fucked it up. What did the GE burn effect do? I want to say it was a periodic and at a duration. I want to say like... So it's definitely going to have fire and spell tags. Fire spell damage. It's going to have periodic damage, so like... I don't know, how fast should they burn? Pretty fast. I think they should burn pretty fast. Every 2 seconds for 10 seconds? How do we feel about that? That feels like a good burn. Apply at start, probably no. So you need damage effect data. Well, damage effect data will get put on there. Do I need anything else? I don't think I need anything else. So fire starter is like a little talent that like when you deal direct fire damage, it has a chance to start a little dot on the target. The chance is doubled for critical hits. Wait, do I not fucking have a source component? Self component. I think that's good. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so I think we can now delete this. No blue. Oh, that updates automatically. That's nice. No usages. Delete it. Delete it. So you should have no usages now. Well, the only place you have is in redirects, which we don't care about. And then now we can delete you. Good, good. We finally deprecated these. Good. Okay. We've done that now. What was I trying to... This was a journey. This was a journey. So I have all my effects. I should probably delete the data table now. I guess I can keep it for posterity's sake. I think I can go through and delete all of the game mode things. Or I could continue working on the gameplay executions, which is what I was trying to do for like damage numbers. Let's get the wait for damage or wait for effect to change working. This right now doesn't do anything. Copy the activate function that is necessary. And all welcome. Virtual void override. Attribute changed entity data. This needs to be changed to F. Effect execute effect event handler data. Okay. Effect event handler data, let's open that up. So I need to know. Right. Effect handler data dot, and this is on effect. F effect, oh, I did the wrong one there. There we go. On effect, execute listeners, pods. Find or add on the entity def, and then add a handler. So that goes at the end. So F effect entity or effect F effect event handler on effect event. This will be like on effect event. And I guess I need to know which event I'm waiting for. How do I want to be able... Should I just have... I could have multiple of these, which would expose multiple pens. Because I have 3 different events. I have on effect applied, executed, and removed. Those could be 3 different pens, and then I think I can just check if this is bound to make the right handler. Although I'm not like completely sure. I was thinking about just having one of these for each type of event. Let's just start with one event for now and just call this on effect execute. Create that. Okay, thank you. You can go away now. Thank you. Okay, on effect event, and then we would just do this. Broadcast. There you go. Needs to be a U function, of course. Of course. How could I be so foolish? Okay, so I think that works. Yeah, that's essentially what we need. Do I need an entity context object one? I think that would be nice, but then that's going to be a lot of these. And so where would I need to use this from? I would need to use this from... I guess if I'm trying to listen for damage events. I think I maybe need the subclass. I think I maybe need to check the inheritance. Because it's like I would want to listen for anything that is a subclass of damage effect. I could either do that, but then that could potentially... Would that mess up, like, explicit checks? I don't think so. Yeah, I think doing the hierarchical, like, inheritance check would be more beneficial. So we're just finding effect def. Ugh. Because now it's not... Now I can't, like... I need to do a custom hash function for the map, I guess. I either need to do a custom hash function for the map or just use an array. Kind of just leaning array here, though.
Hello.
Hello, who's that? Zed!
It's John C.
No, it's John C.
Why are you running?
Very good, baby.
Why are you running?
Welcome in, Raiders.
What in reverse?
Thank you for the raid, Zed.
What in reverse?
Oh, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate the raid. How was the stream?
Ladies and gentlemen,
We got him.
we got him. What the dog doing?
How was the stream? Were you doing web dev or game dev today? Stayed up all night. Oh, man. Yeah, get some sleep, my dude. My dude was slinging code all night. Yeah, rest those weary eyes, traveler. I will take your lurkers. I will take your lurkers. Your lurkers are mine now. Welcome in, though, guys. For those who don't know me, am I wrong? I'm working on an RPG, Colony Sim Roguelite, with procedural destructible terrain and AI-generated quests. So here's a little bit of the procedural terrain getting spawned in. Everything's kind of broken right now, so I would show some gameplay as well. But yeah, that's all fuxy-wuxied. I fuxy-wuxied that right up. But here's a little small section of procedural terrain for my world. Here's me. I'm broken. I'm dead. Ignore that. Here's the world map. So like each one of these is like a different zone with a different biome, different name, that kind of stuff. Each pixel on here is a terrain chunk. So right now we're only generating like this big of a radius around the player. But it's a very large world. So this is what that looks like. And I am working on the ability system now, and I've been using like the built-in Unreal Engine gameplay ability system, but I'm rewriting it into my ECS that I've been writing, that I have written. That's what I've been working on for the past, probably going on 2 weeks. I think we're at 2 weeks now. And we're making some good progress. We are making some good progress. I just went through and like kind of changed the way I was doing a few things. So right now we're just fixing all that back up. But yeah, this is a little section of the world. Just to show what we're working with here. That's what we're working with. Back to coding though. I'm working on gameplay effect execution listeners. Like I need to know when certain gameplay effects are executed so I can perform things like show damage numbers, or probably more likely like damage VFX, or you know, like if you get a curse put on you and it deals damage every 5 seconds, you'll probably want something to show on the player, some visual thing there. So that is what I'm working on, and I'm thinking that I want to change what that is keyed off of. And I was thinking about we should probably just do an array, I think. Effect handler. And I think maybe just put the effect def directly on here. The effect def that we care about, and then just change this to it's just an array now. So I think the signature at least gets a lot simpler. Now we don't need to find or add anymore. We just add that, but then we need to do effect def, entity def. I don't like that name. The effect def. Okay. And then in the attribute processor, let's move you over here. We now just have to iterate on this. Auto F effect event handler. We just need to go through and check each handler. I'll say if handler dot effect def. And I guess I have to actually get the class. I can't get class on a T-sub. Is there a better way to like? Is there a better way to check if a T subclass of is a child of? Dereference back into a U class. Ooh. I didn't know you could do that. Can you? What is that? I guess a .get does it as well. Although it doesn't seem to like that very much. Where is that? Can I see usages of that? Well, of course, there's going to be like a million. Oh, it wants say templated. Does it? No. Yeah, that's not right. How the hell do you use that? Double star this. So if I double star it, that gives me a U class, although the compiler does not, or the interpreter does not like that. How do you use that? I mean, we also just have the pointer operator too. Yeah, my editor does not understand how to use that. Is subclass of. Don't do that. Okay. Listener, wait a second. For listener and handlers. Yeah, now I guess I don't have that. Yeah, we don't, we're already doing that. We just call that handler there. I'm curious as to whether or not that this is actually going to compile. Is subclass of, is child of, probably is what I want. If, rather, I think I need to do it the opposite way. I think I need to do this the opposite way. That one resolved. That one resolved. Why didn't my other one resolve? Oh, is it because it's not imported, maybe? I don't know if you need to import that. That one resolved nicely, though. Yeah, okay. So, if the executed effect is a child of whatever effect we're listening for, yeah. Then we do the thing. And we do the thing. And I think that kind of just works. Let's rebuild here. Let's rebuild. Which writer would automatically allow for splitting H on the left and CPP on the right? Dude, I have looked so hard for things like that. You'd have to write it on your own. You'd have to write your own plugin. Believe me, I have looked. Oh yeah, that shouldn't be a U function. Yeah, I do. I would like that quite a bit. But you know, sometimes I want 2 CPP files open, you know? I just wish it started. Because like F10 does switch between the two. But it doesn't automatically put it on one side. So if you don't know that F10 opens the header file, you do now. We got quite a long rebuild here. I just control click one of the methods. Yeah, but what if there are no methods? What now? That also works, yeah. All right. So hopefully we can get some actual effects working here. So the on damage event, I think, is currently... I guess I wire this up. There's no blueprint usages, actually. There is a usage. Okay, so currently the player just does this. I think I'm going to set this up in blueprints. And then it's going to add floating text client, which is that is blueprintable. Yeah, dying doesn't work. Dying does not work. But I think I need to fix my character too. Okay. Yeah, first maybe let's fix our character, because he is not working. Let's go to our test level. Yeah, all of that is broken and will need fixing. But I guess I'm spawning with 0 health and shit now, and 0 move speed. So my project game, I have all of the default effects and stuff added. Why, pray tell? I wonder if the gameplay effect listener data didn't get added properly. Affected listener entity data. Did I put that in ability utils? I did. So what is the deal then? Go here. Why I got no health? Calc max health is there. Okay, so that gets added. Let me go to the attribute processor then. Are you not snocerating? Processing or whatever. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh my god, just I don't even care that much about the change I just made. Just cancel. If you're gonna take that long, just cancel. Okay, we did finally get here, but active effects data. Yeah, we only have one. What about apply effect processor? We're not, yeah, so let's hit the vlogger up here. Okay, let's get rid of everything that's not my entity system. They immediately all got removed. Am I not building? I don't think I'm building the fucking data correctly. They're all instant. Let's make sure they're not. They are infinite. They are marked infinite. So duration, yeah, the infinite. That's the issue. Okay. I do care about that live code exchange, so that was the issue. Nectropolis, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Elliot, welcome in. How goes it? Come on, live coding, you can do it. Okay. Now our gameplay effects should probably fucking work here. Clear all that. Do I have health now? I don't have health still. What the fuck happened? Okay, so they're applied. They're applied. they're applied. What are you doing? I'm gonna wait for my next pip, probably on mana regen or something. Maybe did that not get applied properly either? Adder, welcome in as well. Everyone's here. The gang's back in town. We are so fucking back. Why are my effects were working totally fine? What did I fuck up? What did I fucksy wucksy here? And then I have logs for effect, end effect, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, so they're not getting removed. They're also not getting, they're not calculating attributes properly. Oh yeah, we're not hitting the attribute processor at all. Which implies that I don't have certain pieces of data. I added the effect listener though. I added the effect listener. I registered it. I have effect listener, entity data. That is ability. That is by default applied. Ow, sorry. Let me look at my... Okay, it is there. We have attribute sets. I guess I never add a calc attribute. At the start, should I be doing that? How did that work before? Although that should whenever gameplay effects get applied, right? And I am adding the apply gameplay data, apply effect data. That gets set here. Yeah, if they have attribute mod data, it should be applying the calc attribute. None of them do. Did I break my effects in a way? I think the effect defs are not adding their data properly. Let's take a peek at where these get applied. Go here. I think they're just not getting built properly. I only have one piece of entity data. This is calc max health. So build entity data, and of course I can't. Oh, I'm literally not adding the. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm literally not adding any of the fucking data other than the duration. Yeah, that'll fucking do it, won't it? I don't know why. What did I think was gonna happen? What did I think was gonna happen? Coffee. Yeah, I would like some extra coffee right now. There we go. That looks right. Now I have fucking health. Now I have fucking health. What's beside you? This? The Lego? The Tower of Barad-dûr. Okay, I have stuff. Okay. Right, I need to replace all the ability things. Okay, rebuild that. Oh. Yeah, that is the Eye of Sauron. Although you can't really see it. There you go. Complete with the Google hat. Whoops. There we go. The small people on the wheel keeping his computer on. No, those are just my dogs. They're under the desk right now. I'm gonna make a plugin that tracks how often you crash the engine and you have to show it on screen. Okay. I think Unreal Engine should just have that baked in. So I feel like that probably just happens to a lot of people. Yeah, so I need to go through all my gameplay abilities now. And add the damage effects to them. Okay, damage effect. I need ranged, so now we need to go through and make we need to make all the damages. So I need a ranged damage. I mean, I might as well. Ranged damage. Entity effect def. Yeah, I might as well just reuse the existing ones. Because those actually got fucking changed. The ranged damage. Yeah, you don't have anything. This, you can just be changed to Although, actually, let's make the range damage one. Let's do that. We'll do that. Ranged damage, asset tags. It's not spell or fire. It should be physical. And ranged. So that needs to go there. Into damage effect. Wait, is that not a? It's not a damage effect. Change these to damage effect. Okay. Now put it in there. Good. Extra point if your GPU crashes before UE does. I have done that before. I have done that one. Okay, so we probably need to do the same one on ranged auto attack. Yeah, this is gonna be yeah, now I need to do, oh, I can't do the selector here. Wait a second. Which one is this? Okay, we need to change that because I want the selector. Yeah, see, now I can use the inline selectors now, which will be really nice. It's on the gameplay ability, so we'll need to rebuild that. We will need to rebuild that one. Let's go through and fix all the other ones, though. I need frost damage now. Fire spell damage all. Let's just delete. Oh god, that's still being used everywhere. Okay, hang on. Wait, can I, if I click delete, can I, like, open these? I can. Wait, is fire spell damage also not? It is not a damage effect. Okay. We want the base damage effect on there. And actually, damage effect class is already set to the old... Ooh, actually, let's do this. I actually think there's a faster way to do this. What we're gonna do, we're gonna delete that one, and we're going to redirect that, and then rebuild. It's gonna be a long rebuild though. Welcome in, Crimson. Just getting my weapon equipment holstering and basic switching done. Nice. 3D printing some cam timing blocks. I don't know what that means. I will have to go somewhat soon here, which is unfortunate. I have a lot of things I have to get done today, unfortunately. I'm gonna be a busy little boy, busy little bee after this. I will probably need more coffee. And I want to find some time to play a little bit more Hades tonight. I would like that. Hades 2 has been great, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. An amazing sequel. It's the Supergiant Games' first sequel that they've done. But yeah, the runs have been fun. Isn't Hades just Cult of the Lamb with a Kratos skin? I'm pretty sure Hades came out before Cult of the Lamb. I'm quite sure of that. So what are you doing? I'm working on a video game. Right now we're compiling, so we're not doing a whole lot. I'm just waiting for the compilation. Did my screen follow fucking stop working again? I don't know why that happens. There we go. Did I take the bait? Were you baiting me, dog? All games are just skins of other games. Lamb-like. There we go. It's not a lamb-like if you don't have to pick up poop. Or if you pick up your villager's poop. Poop. There we go. Now we get a nice little, God, I gotta rebuild all of these effects. Blizzard slow effect. Did I even have that one? No, I didn't even build that one yet. You know I love a shitpost. Which game? My game. The game I am making. Okay, let's see how well that works. So fire spell damage is there. Fireball. Are you used anywhere? GE Fireball is used. Where can I show, like... Come on. Are you lying to me? I got lied to. I was told that this was used in the Fireball ability. Oh, cast effect is GE Fireball. How come that didn't show up? How come that didn't show up? I guess it has to be in the blueprint, like, graph. That's kind of lame. Yeah, finding things in blueprints is also needs some fucking work. Game name. It doesn't have a name yet. It's just called My Project. It's kind of hobby, free time stuff. What is cast effect used for? Well, in combat effect. Is cast effect... It's in the header file, I suppose. That is the only usage of it. So we don't actually give a shit about that. So I'm going to delete that fireball effect. That's probably something old that I should delete a long time ago. Delete. Thank you. Okay, let's check out some of my other abilities and make sure they got wired up properly. So... Blizzard damage. Instant. Yeah, we got to, like, fill all this out. I mean, this should probably just be frost damage, right? I think this should probably be frost damage. We should probably make generic damage effects. Frost spell damage. Do I have a frost tag? I do. Nice. So frost spell damage goes in there. Let's put that there. Oh, I had a frost spell damage old. Okay, hang on. Replace references with frost spell damage old. Replace. And then we'll rename that. Save. Yeah, sure. Oh my god, and the reader. Oh my god, the redirector. Okay, fuck it. And you can't delete that. You can't. Unreal Engine, I am so fucking mad at you. Now I can't fucking. Oh my god. I can't rename it either. Are you shitting me? So now I can't rename this to frost spell damage because you created this stupid fucking redirector asset that I'll probably have to go into my file system to delete. Why does it do that? Like, I get why it needs a redirector, but like, why did you just make it undeletable? I have to update redirector references. Keep redirectors, delete unreferenced okay. Why doesn't it just do why doesn't it do that automatically? Why doesn't it just do that? Why do I need to? Because I didn't know that that was a thing you had to do. I didn't know that that was a thing you had to do. Now I'm about to do the same thing. So you, I am going to delete, replace with fire old, wolf old. And then you have to manually do that. I don't get why that's a two-step process. Like I've already said, I want that to happen. Spell. Is there a heal tag? Effect type, and then holy probably for this one. Heal. This is like holy. Rename this holy heal damage. That's too easy because source control. Why would that matter? Because teams working. Because teams working. I mean, so at what point would you do that then? Do you just keep the redirector around forever? Also, why is the redirector an asset and not just something under the hood at that point? Yeah, a bunch of fucking Unreal Engine defenders in here. I'll tell you what, a bunch of, well, that's just the way it is, so it's gonna stay that way, and we should never improve it. Yeah, get your middle, Elliot. I'm looking at you. You too. Oh, both of yous. See me after class. We generally run a redirect to clean up over the weekend when most files aren't checked out. People renaming stuff locally can break the project. You need work in a team and you will see. Yeah, I mean, that was the part I wasn't thinking about. So you guys are right there, but like, it seems like a shitty workflow. It seems like the kind of thing that like, if I started doing that, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Source control for fucking assets is, it seems like very subpar. I'll say that. Compared to like working, it makes me not want to use the editor when thinking about working with a large team and shit. Like, it seems like there's so many cases for errors with how it works currently. And I think Unreal Engine can be more clever about things. And I think also they should have their own fucking version control rather than having to rely on perforce. So we'll replace the old object with a redirector object, save it on the old package, rename an object, new action, creates an entirely new object, and just replace the previous package. So that's great that you've said how it works. Yeah, let's make it work differently so that we don't need to do that and we can just rename things. Because like there is the core redirects in the, what is it, default, is it default engine INI or something like that? There's an INI. That contains core redirectors for C++ renames. Why is it not something like that? Rather than like a whole asset in the editor. I'm bike shedding right now. Again, this is blueprint implementable events all over again. For those who are here for that conversation. OFPA should be mandatory for any source control project, but you'd be surprised how often it's not enabled. What is it? I don't know what OFPA is. Teams just climb over each other. UE realistically should be text-based so we can just merge shit. I agree on the source control take. Wow, I feel like Middle, we've agreed on something for once. It just casts and checks if it's redirected. It is, grabs the actual object. OFP, one file per actor. Every in-game asset is a checked-in asset with its own source control. How do you not have one file per actor? Rather than having to check out the whole level to move a rock. Yeah, that seems like some team stuff that I haven't been exposed to yet. They would probably be shitty at it. It's a totally different beast. Oh dear. In Fortnite, they clean redirects on people vacation time so it causes less pain. I mean, I couldn't even rename my shit because of it. So, I mean, like, if that's how it needs to be done, can we at least name it something that doesn't conflict with what I want to rename things to? You can't go saving vertices in a JSON format realistically and read it. You mean like node locations on the graph? Is that what you're talking about? And it will run a fix-up commandlet nightly? Dude, oh my god, spare me. Fucking pipelines and shit just to like rename something in the editor? Are you fucking kidding me? Or to replace references, rather? The kind of thing where it's like a lot of companies have their own system built for it or something is like, that just like that's like a code smell to me. That means there's a system that's not working well to the point where most teams are working around it. My team has a fat bat that we run weekly for project cleanup. Like, why is that necessary? Everything is a trade-off. I think just better source control is the trade-off. Is the not trade-off, but solution. Like, I don't think that I should have to, like, is it crazy for me to think that, like, let's open up a fucking blueprint here. Is it crazy for me to think that if I want to change one function in a blueprint, if I want to go change, okay, of course I don't have any functions here. Can I get a blueprint? The function in it, please. Building component, that has a lot. If I want to go in here and change this one function, it is crazy to me that you have to check out the entire thing. Is it not weird for me to like say, hey, can I just change one function without... I get like if someone else also changes this function. I get that. Text-based files are the only good thing about COD's Radiant engine. It was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have to check out the entire asset to work on it. So two people cannot touch the building component at the same time. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I think that there should be a side-by-side red, blue, green highlighter thing for blueprints. Forget that Epic was very small before Fortnite exploded, so not much time to create a new source control in UE5 at the same time. Maybe we'll have that in the future. Who knows? I mean, they're making fucking mega plants. They're making workflows for procedural trees. Procedural foliage. Like, I think y'all can invest in some better source control checkout stuff. I think they're not doing it because people were already getting by without it. So it's just on the, if it's even something that's prioritized at all, it's on the back burner. Mega plants is hot though, but like no one asked for that. No one asked for that. Without OFP, I don't understand what not I don't understand the one file per actor. And no exclusive checkouts. Most of the time it's because a map references the object in some way. They don't want to load an entire map to fix up an object name. I want megalites and megaplants. I don't want basic quality of life features. You want experimental plugins and features that are half-baked? I don't know if they need to be fucking with source control. Hot take. That's, I mean, if you think like, yeah, they shouldn't be trying to improve things because we can't trust them to improve things. Like, I feel like you just shouldn't be using the engine at that point. Megalites is so sick, bro. Well, I'm not saying we shouldn't have new features at all, but I'm just saying like, well, you don't want anything since you're going to make your own anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna fucking have to. They force me to do this because they're lacking the quality of life features. That's a good clapback though. Yeah, I don't want them to make new features. The features are the fun part to make. I can make that. Give me the fucking not fun parts to make. Like saving it and undoing reliably. And blueprint navigation. Yeah, and while you're at it, can I have all my blueprint tabs in the same order each time I open the fucking editor, please? God damn. God damn. I forgot what I was doing. Please, yes. Stevie knows what I'm talking about. Autosave wiping out undo stack, genius. Yeah, like, you should never wipe out the undo stack. That's biblical. The tabs changing position every time I load the project drives me insane. Yeah. And the back button, like back and undo, work opposite of how they work in a code editor. Like when you click the back button in a code editor, you will go back through every... You see how I'm switching tabs here? Imagine each one of these tabs is a different blueprint. And then you see how, like, I move within the same file on back and forth right here. That's how it should work. Instead, it only goes back within the current blueprint that you're in. Which is never what you want, because that's likely not where you just came from. And then undoing, I think I said saving, but the undo and back forward is backwards. And then undo works the opposite, where undo will undo something in another file that you don't even fucking have open, so you have no idea what just got undid. Whereas undo in an editor will only undo things within the local file so that you can see what the fuck you're undoing. It is backwards. It's just to spite you, probably. But they have a feature to work around it. I'm gonna need to start building another bike shed specifically for UE. Oh yeah, I got a lot of them already. I am trying to make a source control system for Epic. See, I don't want to work on that though. Like that's not... That's why Unreal Engine should do that, because no fucking game developer wants to work on that. Because that's not why we're doing game dev. Anyways, I have to get going. I do have to get going. I have to do a bunch of work and stuff today. So, appreciate you all being here and listening to me rant. It's very cathartic. Very cathartic. Let's see if I can find someone to send you guys over to. I take it there's no other Unreal Engine devs, and that's why you're all here. Unreal Engine. Who is doing Unreal Engine things? Team Vash, of course. Who should we raid, guys? I think we could all rant about Unreal's issues for hours. At least I'm not the only one. I heard Vash had a playtest. Oh, really? New drama, new lore. New lore drop. Oh, Imaginary Villains. Maybe. I'll send you guys over there. And I can send my YouTube viewers over there too. So yeah. It's okay, I'm mostly joking. Playtested the default third-person map. Are you? Is that real? Is that for real? Yeah, I'm gonna head out though, guys. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully. Until then, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Take care, guys.